This is the Nevada State Open Championship, and it's a local meet here in Nevada. It's a they call it the Nevada State Championship because it's a international qualifier meet, which means that you can get your totals for things like Worlds or Olympia, that sort of thing. They have international judges on hand. But it being a local meet means anybody can enter, so it's a real fun atmosphere. There was 100 or so tested lifters, and then there was only a handful of us untested, so we went after the tested lifters were done on Saturday, or Sunday rather. Normally I run the spotting crew. There's JD and the boys, Mickey, all them, the guys in red. I wanted to give a big, huge shout out to the spotters. These guys are by far the best spotters I've ever worked with. They're the best spotters in the state of Nevada, and I would put them up against anybody in the country right now. And I hope JD takes over the spotting crew because he runs it way better than I do, and those are all his guys. I talked with Steve Dennison about our plans moving forward, and they definitely confirmed interest in me taking over the state chair. Like I said previously, it would be about a $25,000 investment on my end because I need to purchase the equipment, but they're looking to expand meets in Nevada, and it would be, oh man, it would be really lucrative for me to do it. I mean, I could literally just take over and do that for a living, and I wouldn't have to work construction anymore. But there's a lot of stuff that has to happen before that goes down. So right now it's still just, it's still on paper. So we'll see.
Why are you hiding behind the garbage can? Why are you hiding behind the garbage can?
Now, this lovely lady is a board-certified massage therapist. And one of the things we were talking about is her providing services at the meets. Basically, you can have physical therapists, massage therapists, that kind of thing at competitions. And most of them, they'll bring equipment, and for a small fee or tips or whatever, they'll help lifters in between their lifts if they have they're cramping up or they're having muscular issues, things of that nature. And having someone on hand is an enormous luxury. So the way the judges work, if you are wearing a red shirt, you're a local judge. If you're wearing a blue shirt, you're a state/national judge, and if you have those darker kind of greenish gray shirts on, those are International Powerlifting League. They're international judges. It's very rare to see that many international judges at one local meet. You'll never see this anywhere in the country, and the reason there's so many here is because they just happen to be based in Nevada and Southern California, so they all come out to the local meets, and it's just really awesome. There's Dan Martin. He used to train with Ed Cohn. That's Steve Dennison, standing behind Mickey there. There's Steve. He's the president of the USPA. There's a couple of other guys. I don't know where they went. But yeah, I mean, they're all top-level judges, and you'll see them at the international meets. Who's that getting warmed up back there? Almost go time for me. This is my favorite part. But for squats, man, I was super amped. Way more amped than I've been in a long time. I had an energy, I can't even describe it. And all I had was some coffee. I swear to God, everybody's like, man, what was in your energy drink? I'm telling you guys, black coffee. But as the meet progressed, by the time I got the deadlifts, I had completely run out of gas for that, my third attempt. So for 3 meets in a row now, I kind of bombed my last deadlift attempt. And I'm starting to wonder if there's not something I'm looking at for competition nutrition. Maybe I don't have the right strategy for maintaining a proper energy level for an entire, the duration of the meets. They're pretty long, and you do get super excited in between lifts, and that does take that extracts an energy toll on you every time you get amped up, every time you get that adrenaline going. That takes away from your well. So a strategy we'll employ is, we eat at certain times, and we try to, maintain a caloric intake, and I don't know, maybe I need to look at something I'm doing wrong, because that's just 3 competitions in a row where I ran out of steam at the end. This lift is huge. There is for my age group, 44 to 49, Masters 220, nobody has a 600-pound squat. I'm the first one that's gotten one. And I don't know, I was so excited. Bench, I'm still recovering from injuries. I got that elbow injury. My shoulder's doing okay. I didn't really feel any pain. I had a lot of discomfort. So I decided I just needed enough to get on the books. I needed to get at least a 300-pound bench. I got 346 point something. So I didn't attempt to push the bench any harder than that. I just felt like, I'm just going to stay super safe. I stayed flat on the bench. I kept my feet flat. I didn't use an arch. I just did a real standard, just a safe bench. The only problem with having us untested guys go after the tested is that the crowd started thinning out towards the end. Bench is usually the quietest of three lifts, and then when the big guys start going and they start putting up big numbers and people start grinding out third attempts, that's usually when the crowd gets going. But it's pretty mellow in there when it's just us regular guys doing our normal bench attempts. Yeah, you go, third attempt, nothing earth-shattering, nothing exciting, but definitely enough to get the job done, enough to get that 1,600-pound total if my deadlifts go the way they're supposed to. Right off the bat, I screwed deadlifts up. I thought we had a 15-minute break, and the wife and I were hanging out in the car, and then when I came in, they said a couple minutes to first attempts, and I was the number 2 guy going, opening up with 610 pounds, so it wasn't even properly warmed up. So right off the bat, the first one felt a little heavy, but I figured, you know what, I'll do what I always do, and we'll get it. For my second attempt, I think I had 650 pounds on there, and when I pulled it, I could tell like I was a little far over the bar, or I wasn't rotating my shoulders back. Something wasn't quite set up right, and I wasn't able to summon that huge adrenaline burst that I was getting at the beginning. I don't know. It's not that it felt heavy, but I could tell I was running out of gas. Yeah, for my third attempt, I had 680 pounds on there, and I don't even think I broke the floor. I was just toast. But there you go. I mean, that's a local meet here in Nevada. It started out with a super awesome energy. There was a couple hundred people, and then, by the time we were going, it started thinning out. But it was a really fun meet. For the first time in my entire life, I won both the Open Division and Masters. So I took first place at 220 for both Open and Masters. I've never done that before in a meet. So the guy that I beat that was younger than me, he didn't seem too happy about it, but what can you do? As always, I got to thank JD and the 433 boys for spotting, and my lovely wife. I just couldn't do it without you. And of course, all you guys on YouTube. You guys have been my training partner, and I love all of you.